Here now is Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells with Talk to Tom, sponsored by Greenway Dodge.
Schools are often large buildings that can burn up a lot of energy and take a lot of money to keep running. But one school in Osceola County is doing things a whole lot differently. We're coming to you today with Talk to Tom. I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. We're in Kissimmee at NeoCity Academy. I'm being joined by the principal here. This is Yvette Ponzoa. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
She's been the principal here for 1 year, but this school is special. One of the reasons that we find it so special, and we want to feature it on Talk to Tom, is because it was the first in the state of Florida.
Yes. Net zero school.
Net zero school.
Absolutely.
How do we pull that off? How does that happen? And what does it take to be a net zero school? Principal Ponzoa is going to fill us all in. So talk to me. This was built to be a net zero school. What did they do to make it that way?
So they installed solar panels. We have 650 solar panels, but it's not only the solar panels that make us conserve more energy. We have a specialized air filtration system.
Wow.
We have a lot, as you walked around, a lot of windows. So because we have so many windows, a lot of us in our offices and even in classrooms can function with the lights off. So we don't turn the lights on because we get a lot of natural light. We don't have a conventional cafeteria either. We have a food truck. The district brings the food in. So we don't have a cafeteria kitchen that is using energy to cook the food here. So we have multiple things that lend to our net zero rating.
How many solar panels do you have? I saw them up on the roof, but I didn't count them.
650.
Oh, well, you're like mini Disney with all your solar panels. That's awesome. Okay, you talked about it being net zero.
Yes.
And we're all into that. But this school is actually built to be net positive, like produce more energy than it burns. How's that going? Are you actually able to do that?
We are, and because we do that, we save the district $115,000 a year, just our building, which is great. And we produce 228 kilowatt hours per year. So
wow.
I guess we make more than we use.
Okay, so what happens to that energy? They sell that back to?
I don't believe it's sold back.
Okay.
But we produce more.
Okay, and they take it and store it, or
Yeah.
something happens to it. That's great. Okay, how does that impact the environment? I mean, you're trying to keep clean, trying to not burn energy. What do you feel like your environmental impact
So
is?
it's cleaner for the environment. So we're not, causing any kind of pollution or anything. We're just saving money for not only the school district, but for the grid as well.
Mm-hmm. And the kind of world we live in, we always talk about trying to cut carbon emissions, trying to save the planet, all the good stuff. Big tree hugger that everyone knows that I am. How does that make you feel about the environment? Make you feel good?
It makes me feel good,
Yeah.
and we produce 76% less energy than any typical high school building.
You mean you burn 76% less?
So we burn 76% less.
Okay, so
yes.
Are other schools on board with that? Or have you been like a trendsetter? We talked about in the opening here that you were the first net zero in the state of Florida. How many are there now? Is this a trend? What's the deal?
I don't know how many there are, but we are not the only one now. But because of that, I think districts look at ways that they can conserve energy. So for example, our school district shifted to a model where we, in the summer, when school's not in session, we only work Monday through Thursday, 10-hour days, and we're off on Fridays. So nobody's in the buildings consuming any kind of energy. So it's a cost-saving measure. And it's better for the environment as well.
Okay, do you get asked all the time, like I get asked by people who want to do TV weather, or people who want to be a meteorologist, what's that like, what do you do? Do you get asked by other people, how'd you go net zero, what do you do? Do you give tips to people?
I do not, but solar panels are the way to go.
They are. Okay, can you come fix my house? Can you make me net zero?
Sure.
I'm just kidding. Or is there anything else you want to add to this? Like what the students that are here, I'd like to ask one last question about that. Anything else you want to add? Please feel free to jump in. But the students who come here, it's got to be you're a magnet school.
We're a magnet STEM school.
Okay, so it's got to be a special kind of student that wants to really come here
Yes.
and do this kind of work and grow up in this environment.
So we are, as you said, a STEM magnet high school. Students apply to come here. We are a public high school. So students apply, and we really look for a well-rounded student. It is not just a student that has great test scores, or they are academically advanced, but They're just a well-rounded, so they're very socially conscious. They're conscious about the environment. And we have programs geared that no other schools in Osceola County offer. We have engineering, we have biodesign, and we have artificial intelligence. And we have all kinds of clubs. And when you talk to our students, we have eco nights, and we do things that give back to the environment and hopefully try to create, a better future for all of us.
Okay, so I got to believe the AI thing is new. I mean,
AI
AI
new.
is so new. That's not something that.
No, we had cybersecurity, and we're transitioning out of cybersecurity, and we started AI.
Okay, it's going to wrap it up with the principal. We'll let her go. Yvette Ponzoa, principal here at NeoCity Academy. Coming up next, we're going to talk to the next generation of environmentalists, a couple of really superstar students from right here. Welcome back to Talk to Tom. I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. We're talking about Florida's first net zero school today, and I have with me two graduates of the program here at NeoCity Academy. All right, gang, I have first up, this is Perla Mejia. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Perla, I love that name. We'll talk more about that. And Maddox Null. Maddox has a cool name too. First of all, two very cool names for two outstanding students. Talk to me about your life here at NeoCity. I'll start with you, Perla. Tell me about the organization you were in here.
So I'm in the biodesign. Maddox and I are both in the biodesign pathway, but we do a lot of biotechnology involved things at our school. So Maddox and I had the idea to start an ecology club, which is called Eco Nights. And basically our organization, we do things that range from beach cleanups, we are in charge of the recycling program at our school, and we are also in charge of the hydroponics towers.
Okay, yeah. Maddox, how do you feel like that helps the earth and the community?
How it helps the earth and the community? Well, number one, we're pretty directly the students are getting community service hours to go and clean up the school, clean up the beach pretty directly. Then also it's kind of putting these students their foot in the door to a lot of these industries, and we're getting in touch with local organizations and nonprofits, which could help them not only get into a program or an opportunity that can then go on to help them help the environment and the community more directly, and also kind of help the organizations do their job better. I'm in the biodesign pathway, and there we're doing a lot of microbiology, biotechnology work, but I've always been interested in the environment. So this club kind of allowed me to go and across all the pathways, engineering, AI, biodesign. We are gaining all these CT skills that this club is now allowing us to go and put to use out in the real world. So that's really what excites me, is seeing all these aspiring professionals kind of get their seed with the club and in the NeoCity education.
That's awesome. Let's talk hydroponics. Did you both do hydroponics?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I had a cousin who did hydroponics in South Africa, where they raised the stuff up, stacked it up. Is that what you did? Grew it straight up, or what'd you do?
Well, we have these towers that go and you just insert into it, and there's a growth medium that you go and start them off in. You let the seeds germinate, then you just insert them into the tower, where we then weekly we do pH checks, we add nutrients, and then the tower kind of just does its own thing at that point, and we just monitor it. Then whenever it gets to a point where it's becoming a mature plant but isn't yet too overbearing, we go and have a sale for it at our school.
Oh, you sold the fruits and vegetables?
Yes.
Here? What did you, or was it what'd you raise?
Well, we had radishes, we had parsley. At one point we had these little baby tomatoes and mint, but we stopped doing that because they became way too big. So, but usually just regular vegetables, herbs. Yeah.
Do you raise them at home too? You make your parents proud?
Yeah, you can take them back, and a lot of them, they're a baby plant, so we can go and put them in a pot at home. Then there's still some parsley and tomatoes that I had from last year that are still alive.
You two are two of 99 graduates from the school this year. Tell me what you plan to do next. Where's this going to lead you, Perla? You go first.
Right, so I'm going to UCF in the fall. I'm going to do a major in molecular microbiology in the College of Medicine at University of Central Florida. So I'm really, really excited, and I hope to get a master's degree or a PhD. So
you think you'll still do environmental work and hopefully do all that kind of
yeah,
stuff
of course. I know microbiology has a lot of good ways you can extend into other fields. So if I wanted to do lab stuff, I could do lab stuff, or if I wanted to do more environmental stuff, I could do more environmental stuff. So I'm really excited that there's a good range of stuff I could do.
Okay, Maddox, talk to me. What's up next for Maddox? Where are you going to go and what are you going to become?
I'm going to University of South Florida. It's in biology with a concentration of ecology and evolutionary biology. I'm hoping to really get my foot in the door with like learning about the environment and ecosystems. So hopefully by grad school, I can go and kind of narrow it down, maybe go into environmental microbiology, mycology. I just want to get my foot in the door to see what all opens up to me.
Yeah, all right. Well, I hope that in years to come you look back on this place and you think, wow, because I started there that way, that's a big part of my success. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you for being on Talk to Tom. I appreciate you joining us. And you at home, thank you for tuning in to Talk to Tom. You can watch it anytime on News 6 Plus or download the podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast, be it Apple, Stitcher, whatever, we're there. I'll see you soon. Take care.